Welcome to the Dark Horse Paranormal Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Carr,
And I am Kristen Johnson.
and we are kind of going a different route tonight.
We are.
We're going live from Kristen's abode, and we're doing this with a laptop, and hopefully everything sounds good. Please let us know if there's
Yes,
any
please.
echo, anything strange happens. We haven't used this laptop to stream from before, so I'm going to make sure everything works.
It's new.
And hello, Anne Marie Young.
Hi, Anne.
How are you doing tonight? So happy Thursday. Wanted to thank everybody that joined us on Saturday for our marathon, long telethon, if you will.
It was like 6 hours, 8 hours.
6.5 hours.
Much,
we went
yeah.
real live over 6.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I had wonderful guests. I want to thank all of you guys for joining us and our guests and for donating to St. Jude's, which is a really good charity. As far as I know some of the charities can be a little sketchy.
Yeah.
So,
hi, Barbara.
Barbara Woodbury Spear, thank you very much, and thank you especially for donating. Barbara, we need to get your email so that we can have Lynn Monet send you an ebook of your choice.
Colors of Heaven.
Actually, she said it'd be any that they wanted.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you want Omnipresent or Omnipresent What Happens Next, those options are up to you, and she'll send that out to you. So we just need your email. If you can message us,
yes, please.
Bigfoot and the Bunny, or individually, as long as we get it, we'll get that right over to Lynn for you. And I want to thank Greg Koss. Greg Koss is the boss.
Yes, he is.
And Mr. Reginald Randall as well for your donations. Great cause.
Thank you.
So hope you guys are getting all ready for the holiday.
You're welcome, Barbara. Yes, I just wanted to let you know, since we are at my house and you know how we feel about phones, I'm moderating by the phone. So if I'm looking down, I'm not like texting or anything. I'm trying to get to you guys. So
it's the same thing we tell our guests.
Yeah, all the
for
time.
The show. We're just
in
going to
case
tell
we
all
have
of you
a problem.
So, yeah, it's kind of like our lo-fi edition.
Yeah,
working off this. So again, hopefully everything sounds okay and you can hear us well enough. We thought we'd just have an open conversation and see what kind of topics and the paranormal, the esoteric. Yeah, we can come up with or discuss. I know one thing I wanted to talk about was what role for you, the listener, does spirituality play? Is that an important factor? We often talk about protection methods, or
definitely.
Might be calling archangels or personal guides of some sort, and like that can play a role. I also think those communications are important. They are for us, but it's certainly not necessary. And I imagine everybody has a different view as to whether this is an important thing to even consider if you're going into some sort of paranormal investigation. So
it depends on their beliefs, your beliefs. Definitely. Hi, Anthony. Stop screaming.
Yeah, it's Anthony with the caps.
Well,
what's up there with the Wraith Hunters, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you. You got to come on some night. I'm just looking at the comments. So yeah, the spirituality thing, you were saying earlier, of course, I think it does play a role.
I think it does. Well, for us, it definitely does.
Protection. And we know a lot of people who are Catholic, they use their protection that way. So different cultures, different beliefs.
Talk to like a pretty wide group of people as far as their belief systems go. Some of them, as you notice from our guests that we bring on, it might be like magicians, sorcerers.
Ken Allen.
We also talked to Ken Allen, who joined us last week. Thank you, Ken.
Yes, thank you, Ken. From the Wizard's Table.
Wizard's Table. Absolutely.
Bigfoot and the Bunnies.
Absolutely. And Hollywood Haunts now. So that's really cool. But we also talk to people that are like, say, demonologists and have a very, Christian point of view. Involve their personal beliefs with God to the table when they go on an investigation. So we know a lot of you guys are investigators, researchers, whether it's,
Sure.
You're on a team, that kind of thing, and you're doing like residentials and everything, or if you just, go to the kind of public investigations out there, your local
cemetery.
Local haunted thing could be like a, Lizzie Borden bed and breakfast or
sure.
whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
Like, how important is it to have those beliefs, and like, does it affect the way your investigation goes? Just an interesting talking point.
Yeah.
And Anthony says ready anytime. Great.
Yeah.
We're scheduling the next couple of months, so we'll be in touch. Love to have you on, talk about your team.
Yes.
And what you've been up to. And I think that would be great. We might do a spirit box session of some sort in the show if you guys are up for that, want to hear it. Just want to make sure everything gets through to the stream. But we've got our Nanocom 2 here, which was shown a lot in the show because we love this thing.
It's by Supernatural Inc. and KT. And KT.
Stafford.
Yes, they made it.
And they created that for us.
KD is a mad scientist when it comes to technology.
Yeah, he is. What's up, Joshua Dixon? How you doing, brother?
Hi, Josh.
I saw your Christmas tree online.
Yes, it's so cute.
Gorgeous. And we got ours going. And
well, you do. See, I have a problem with this. I have cats, and last year I had to use fishing wire to anchor the tree to the wall because fishing line, because I have cats that are naughty, and Jacob will wake up in the morning.
Cats.
Yeah, Jacob will wake up in the morning and say, "Mom, tree's on the floor again." So yeah. We have lights. That's about it. No tree this year.
We've both been through quite a bit of that, but I'm down to 2 cats, and they're fairly well behaved with that.
They are well behaved.
Yeah, King likes to sit under it, and he was looking to maybe climb it into that earlier. He kind of he went up a little bit and he looked, and then he just chilled. Yeah, so I'm glad. Yep, that's better than them knocking it down.
Yeah, on the
so
floor
far
again.
So good. You guys,
you're welcome.
Ready for your holidays? And how do you celebrate the holiday? You celebrate it
Hanukkah
as a religious belief? Do you give credence to the fact that the equinox is close to it?
Is it Yule? The Yule?
Yule, yeah, it's the same day, more or less, I believe. It's the same day. But that period, I think just before it, we had an equinox. I think it's already happened. Maybe that plays a role.
I think it was the 21st. Yeah. Is there anything?
Yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Anne Marie.
Yes, thank you. And
did you do anything for the equinox?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you do like a little we'll say ritual, like every year? Burn candles.
You're always burning candles.
Oh God, I have candles everywhere.
Just don't burn a house down.
Do
please.
Things. I love candles. I want like 50 Yankee candles.
Joshua's a Saturday. I'm doing fried chicken and potato salad, homemade, and lasagna. Christmas. Oh yes.
Yes.
I like the lasagna.
Yes, we make badass lasagna in the Instapot of all things.
Yeah.
It comes out so good. We can't
in a
believe
pressure
that.
Cooker. It's amazing. Yeah. Just stack it, and it's done, and before you know it.
So what we're doing is for Christmas is I'm cooking, but we're not going to do traditional. We're actually going to do corned beef.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Corned beef.
Yep.
Not just for St. Patrick's Day. Omnipresent.
Oh my, I like it.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
I recognize that picture. It's Lynn Monet.
Yes.
Where was I going with that? Well, I just lost it. Just to let you know, we are kind of winging things tonight. So
we're at my house.
They don't have too much set in stone. We kind of want to talk to you guys, see what you guys think. Again, spirituality and the paranormal investigations. Does this really play a role for you? How do you go about it? That makes it. What do you think about it? It is about that spirituality that makes your investigations unique, or is a necessary thing to do.
We're all talking about food and family. This is
awesome.
We're
just getting into there. Anne Marie's celebrating the sun coming back.
Yes.
Yes. And
they've been doing that for thousands of years.
Although you wrote Medea,
yes,
sparrow ham, and that's kind of interesting in and of itself.
I like that she's making oysters too.
Oysters?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I'm just getting to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, how is the oyster scene where you're at, Anne Marie? You know it's good here, although this isn't really the time of year. Well, a lot of the seafood gets associated with, and then it's not paranormal at all, but with, summer season and that sort of thing.
Yes, yeah.
But it is year round, being cultural. In New England.
Mm-hmm. Being New England, yes, we have the oysters, but Virginia also, being on the coast, they have theirs as well.
Oh.
So it's not like they're, like Greg's, and being way out in the middle of the country. And you got oysters out there. It's an iffy thing.
Barbara says she has a large group of family coming out of town to celebrate. Flying folks in from Florida and driving for Virginia.
Oh, there
on Christmas Day, I'm making a big pot of chili.
Oh, and nice.
Whoever didn't make it Friday is coming Sunday. So that's cool.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. We love this, with the family.
And the food.
Family and food.
And ghosts.
Ghosts. Friendly spirits.
Yeah.
Yes. Family food. Hopefully. And friendly spirits.
They usually are.
Should make a page of that for family food. And
Lynn says, I'm going traditional with ham and the trimmings.
So, we were going to do that.
Yeah.
We asked the kids. We were going to.
Ham and
yeah.
They just love corned beef.
But then Chris is like, how about corned beef? Well, okay. I'll make anything. Just, I want my stuffing. I have to make the stuffing. I have chorizo and peppers that I put in my stuffing.
And so, where do these traditions come from? That's an interesting thing to think about. What you do on Christmas and how these things get handed down from different generations. Culturally, it's similar to how you may view the paranormal, right?
Sure.
Getting back to spirituality. Maybe there are things you do in your family that your grandparents did for luck, or maybe the evil eye, right? That sort of thing. It's interesting. And do you guys out there, do you spend time looking into your historical past to kind of pave the way for what you do now? Do you carry on the traditions that maybe you experienced as a child, and has it changed, and how far back do those things go? Joshua says, love chili on a cold day. Well, we agree with you. Last year on New Year's Eve, that's how we celebrated. We made a nice homemade chili, and it was so bomb. Good. And I think that tradition may be one that we continue this year as well.
Yes. That was made in an Instapot as well.
Yeah.
That Instapot, I'll tell you, I'm afraid of it because it's a pressure cooker, but we make such good meals in it.
It's so fast. I don't know if any of you guys have pressure cookers, but they are pretty cool. It's like everything you would do in a slow cooker, but much quicker.
Anne Marie Young said, I don't like allspice or cloves. Oh my God, I love cloves. I love doing our work with cloves as well.
And bay leaves.
Oh, don't get me started with the bay leaves.
And she also said my whole family were making French meat pies. Well, that sounds killer.
So good.
That sounds really good.
Haven't had that in a while. What if we can make that in the Instapot?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could try. Josh says, I tried, but this is my first tree in 11 years. Oh, cool.
I read that.
Glad to
hear
you going back to having it. It's a nice thing. And I don't have a very religious background as far as, I don't know, Christianity and that whole thing.
Nativity scenes and things.
Yeah, I don't do the nativity stuff, and there's nothing against it. It's just not a big, belief in our own personal belief systems. But I love the tree for whatever reason. There is something that is nice about it, and it's great. With the kids growing up and all that kind of stuff.
Do it for the kids, basically.
Doing it for the kids.
Always.
Them kids.
Them kids.
Barbara says, we're doing things throughout the years that we did when I was a little girl. Now that we're passing on responsibilities to our nieces and nephews, great. Hopefully they'll be taking or talking about us long after we're gone.
Yes.
And I think that's cool,
that's
right?
Wonderful.
Those kind of traditions are the things, people are reminded of during the holidays. So, better or worse, the holidays can be a sad time as well as a positive time, but
try to make it more positive.
Yeah. I think the ancestral roots are important.
Absolutely.
Especially around these holidays. For sure. Every family has a unique thing or something that they did that probably the people next door didn't do, and
right.
That kind of goes along the lines of some of the path work you might do if you are into any of the sort of witchiness that we talk about a lot on the show. These little things get handed down.
Bless you. It's my cat sneezing.
From generations, and it can be simple things. It doesn't have to be something like the evil eye and the horns.
That evil eye and the horns.
Well, yeah, because we brought it up a few times, and that's kind of an interesting history for the Italian folks that are out there, especially. Strega.
Yes.
You're familiar with those horns, and
Sicilian.
warding off, what could be
culture.
Something negative. We have to lift each other up and enjoy the holiday.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you're thinking that this year. Really are positive vibes to you, because 11 years, it's hard to do.
It is.
Yeah.
I retired a tree that we've had for
this
a
is
number
great.
of years. We bought at a Chinese dollar store.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 6 years ago.
Yeah, about 6 years ago. Yeah. Well, I held up for 6 years, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it was
funny. $1.
No, but you called me and it was wicked late at night. I don't know, wicked late, but it was like 8 o'clock at night. And he's like, I hate this tree. It's not looking right. He says, I got to go get another tree. Swear to God. An hour later, he texts me, I got a nice black tree. Oh, black. Awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. We went from a white artificial
witch
tree.
hat. And, yeah.
To the
an
all black tree, but it actually looks really cool.
It is awesome.
I like it, and I think everybody's enjoying that.
There you go.
Anne Marie says, I have 50-year-old nativity ceramics with the barn made by my uncle who died before I was born, and my mom painted the ceramics while being bedridden while pregnant with me.
Wow.
I set it up out of respect for years. Now, that's the kind of thing I love. I love when people, take into account their ancestry and those spirits and respect them. It's a thing that Kristen and I harp on a lot, is respecting your ancestors, because they are there. They're there for you, and it's important that we think about them and maintain those memories.
Absolutely.
And pass them on.
Basically what it is, memories,
Yeah, the black tree looks cool.
It's badass.
It's pretty neat. Definitely digging that.
Yeah, I want to dress that thing. I want to put a witch hat on. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff to that thing.
You going to dance around it?
Probably.
Naked?
Probably.
I
don't have a coven. I do it myself.
That's right.
We're funny.
You did a little bit of conversing, I guess.
I did.
About the shadow people.
I did. Heidi Hollis, we've had her on our show. She's a really cool, very, very nice person. She actually trademarked the name Hatman. And I had a really bad experience growing up with the Hatman shadow person. And he really did have a brimmed hat and everything. And it was very negative. And it was just weird because he never talked. We talked about this so she put me in a chat with a whole, I think like 12 others. And I've been talking to them, and 2 of the women have had experiences exactly like me. And I'm so grateful that she actually put me in this chat, because now I can talk to somebody who's had that experience. And Heidi was saying that, because we were talking about the shadow people without the hat. And Heidi says that they are like workers for the Hat Man. And I didn't know that either. But and one of the people in there had said they like the shadow people, they like the Hat Man, and it talks to them. And Heidi Hollis was like, do not trust them at all, because they're very negative, they're very like tricksters, and and just terrible entities. And I can understand that.
Right. Shadow people are something that comes up a lot because it seems like a lot of people have had these kind of experiences, but they're all unique. And
yeah, like I said,
most often they seem to veer toward the negative side, but not exclusively. Yours was certainly nefarious.
Terrible. And the other one, I don't even know what the other one was. Like I've said on the show before, it actually looked like the face did, like the nun from the Conjuring house movies, The Conjuring.
Don't like those pictures when they come up.
I'm like, please scroll back, go back, hurry up. You
can tell, like, as a bystander to that it did create a good deal of trauma because you don't even like to see the image.
No, and I don't know what that was.
Not that the movie's particularly scary or anything to lose sleep about, but it calls on your childhood, and
I do lose sleep when I see the image.
Right. So you lose,
I freak out, like, hurry,
the movie itself.
Keep scrolling. It's
just something. The face is long. Is it that, or what is it about?
No, it's just
so pale.
Yeah, it's pale with freaking eyes, and it looks almost just like that. That was the entity. That was with the Hat Man.
No, with the hat.
Thank you, Heidi Hollis.
And I'll interview you. Tell me about the hat itself. Like, it was brim. Was it like a fedora?
No, I don't know what kind of hat that would be, but yeah.
Hopefully not a top hat, because if I'm wearing a top hat.
No, it's not the top hat.
All right, good.
No,
that would be weird.
Yeah, it had a wide brim, and people have seen it. Just like a picture of them.
A wide brim, so not quite a cowboy hat, but
right. Yes.
Wide.
Oh, what the hell's the name of that? Yes, like that farmer style. Yes, thank you, Ann. But it was black constantly. You don't see a face. You don't see clothes. You don't see anything. It's total black, shadowy. That's all I could say. It's not a shadow, but I'm not a label this thing, but it's a black image.
But you do see the face, or did, as a child.
It's black.
Was it all the time? Well, used the nun imagery.
That one, yeah.
So I'm trying to put that together. So
there were two of them. So yeah.
There were two of them.
Right. The nun-looking thing. That's all I can, how I can describe it. But
it wasn't a nun, just
Hat Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so they were different. I tend to, when we talk about it, sometimes I kind of blend them.
You blend them, yes. Yeah. Yeah, he blends them in. So, no, it was two different entities. And like I was saying, it's weird because when I was in this chat, I'm like, you're right. They never talk. He's never talked. But he would play with my toys that talked. And they would just do things, and I don't know. I'd be yelling at him all the time. So.
Toys that talk, you're talking about like the doll, and I think you had a doll you pulled the string on. Right?
Yes, I had we're dating us here. I had a pull string doll. You pulled her string, and her head would bob back and forth to a song. Now, he would play with that all the time. He would make it work. One of them would. And it would just bob back and forth. Do it in the middle of the night. Do it during the day while I'm having a tea party. And just do it. And I can't stand that song. Dun 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 dun. What is that? Dun 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 dun. Sorry, guys. But what was weird was when Chris started introducing me into these, what he was doing in the paranormal and everything. He literally had that song in one of, excuse me, on the first podcast.
You're thinking about the music box.
Yes,
song. Right.
The music box song. Yes.
Yeah. So common song on a music box, and I can't remember the name of it.
But can't stand the song.
It creeps you out because what?
Of that, because it used to do that. My doll did it, and it would constantly play that without pulling the string, and
that's what it would have played if you had pulled the string.
Yes, it would bob its head back and forth, and it would have like that music in it.
And it would do it
on
its own.
It would do it on its own. I don't like that song. So, but it was weird that Chris had it. I'm like, and I was like this. I'm like, shut it off, shut it off. I was freaked out about the music, just music alone.
Brahms lullaby, and that probably is
Thank
what
you.
it is.
Thank you. Yes.
It is a
I
lullaby
believe that's
type
what it is.
song.
Yes.
Emery, no, not bringing the clowns. Although I have a doll that does play that, and I know you've heard us talk on that. At the Conjuring House. Yeah, actually, our creepiest one. That is what it.
Yeah.
Send in the clowns is what it plays in the music box.
Yeah,
fashion.
that was when we went to the Conjuring House, and they were just loving that song. So
playing with them. They're two different things. They have a doll that does play that when you wind it up. That isn't Clowny.
Clowny, yes, I brought to Clowny
to Conjuring House. However, on that particular investigation, I don't know why this struck me as a good idea. Probably because I had a clown.
That would be why.
Thing when I was a kid, my childhood haunting. Some of you have heard us talk about, but I thought, let me play this, and I got it on YouTube on my phone and played it, and sure as heck,
it was just...
we get a lot of response from that. It did seem to be like a trigger, in that
we had the REM pod.
The REM pod was
and
going
it had
nuts,
the antenna.
It seemed to be trying to play the song.
It was playing the song, and it was really cool.
It's only got limited notes there.
Yes.
It was trying to go along with the song, and that was all.
We had played it twice because of that. Because they would take it seemed like they were taking the antenna and trying on the REM pod and trying to play the song on the REM pod. It was the coolest thing ever. Wasn't anything negative. That's the basement. But yeah.
Yeah, that was
in the entry.
Andrea Perron's bedroom as a child, actually.
And don't do the eyes.
So yeah, we definitely like that. Let's see. Joshua says, I love music boxes. It's a great technique to arouse spirit. That's right. In fact, Shannon, who had invited us out
Shannon Nolly,
that night,
yes.
Thank you again, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon.
She's awesome. She had one of these, what do you call it? You break the motion sensor. Jeez, yeah, just full of information tonight. A motion sensor, and it would play, I think it was Alfred Hitchcock's show theme or something, and we had some fun with that and in the Conjuring House as well, and I got triggered a lot.
Yeah, but bringing back.
Hey, Carol.
Hi, Carol Garcia.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. So we're just kind of getting into things. Clearly, we don't have like a defined goal here, guys. So, please let us know what
we just want
to chat about. We want to wish everyone a happy holiday and all that kind of good stuff. Yule or whatever you celebrate. Equinoxes, Hanukkah, it's all good with us.
Absolutely. We love all the cultures. I'm replying to people. I'm sorry. Dead air. Don't do it. So
getting back to that spirituality.
I was going to say Hat Man.
Oh, well, we can do that too. We can go back to Hat Man. Hat Man is certainly a very interesting character. We've talked to Heidi on the show in the past, and she gave us a good deal of information on what it is to her perspective, and other folks, see shadow people, and it's not necessarily nefarious. Out there, you guys, what do you think? Why do people continue to see that same image, the hat? Why the hat?
Right.
It almost seems irrelevant. Like if you're missing all these other details and you're kind of a shadow, why is that hat so prevalent? I think that's why we, movies like Nightmare on Elm Street were probably created off of some of the urban legends surrounding.
Wasn't it though? Who did that? Wes Craven?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. Remember, it was some Indonesia. It was out that way. It was a story he got from a child.
There was something there. Yeah, you're right.
And the child kept having nightmares.
Interview with Wes when he was alive, and I think he did base a lot of it on this Indonesian child's memories. But it's very common, and when you start to look into it, you realize that a lot of people see these shadow people, and a lot of times they have the hats.
So Joshua Dixon just said, but not every shadow wears a hat. Exactly.
Right.
Seen that as well. But as talking to Heidi Hollis, she was saying that those are like workers for the Hat Man. And that's very interesting. So if you see a shadow, don't trust them. If you see one, even, without the hat, don't trust them. They can be nice to you, but they're like stepping into a role.
It's interesting that there'd be a hierarchy there, right?
Exactly, yes.
And it's something you see when you
We're
look into like the Christianity view on demons. You always see these kind of hierarchies. This one's a general of these legions, and there seems to be these distinct placements,
right?
And like who can take who, if you will,
It's
like
weird.
which one's in control. And I think that's interesting because once you get out of Christianity, that doesn't exist anymore, right? So what does that mean exactly?
Other cultures have their beliefs into
they do. They're usually not
beliefs.
Broken down in a sort of almost like military style.
Sure.
That seems unique.
Yeah, it's odd, but a dark watcher, I like that.
Yeah, this is a dark watcher.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you guys think they want?
Your soul.
Yeah, I'll tear your soul apart. I love Hellraiser, but Joshua says, "Gotcha. I challenged one in my home and was physically assaulted. What did they do to you?"
Yeah, that was just the shadow, not with the. Did you hat, right?
Get scratch marks? Were you pushed like Christian?
Wow. Doing well. I got pushed down the stairs by him. And it was the Hat Man, not the other entity. I know it was because I kind of saw it, like the peripheral, right down the stairs. Bad, terrible. But I remember like 5% of my childhood, okay, because of this. But I do remember like being in bed and not sleep paralysis, but being held down. I do remember that. And I also remember it's one of them sitting on my bed. I remember waking up a couple of times that had happened. Like you can feel like the pressure, and that's happened. I've been touched. I do remember like a scratch here and there, but Joshua. Yeah.
Right. So scratches is a pretty common, shouldn't be real common, but phenomena that might happen on an investigation. Right. A lot of times people attribute like the number of scratches, like if it's like 3, like a claw, like that means something. Like religious wise, it can mean different things to different people, but it's interesting phenomena.
Hiya, Amber.
Joshua said, no hat, I was shoved.
And that was just the shadow you was talking about. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah. What the heck? So supposedly hierarchy, those shadows work under the Hat Man. What is this?
What do you guys think? Do you think the Shadow Man is a sort of like dark, demonic, hate to use the D word, but some kind of entity, non-human, entity that is out there with a system of underlings, pursuing people's, dreams and dream time and more, because you weren't always in a hypnagogic state or asleep or, waking up from asleep. These things would happen.
Having tea parties by myself, only child. And I was having tea parties by myself with my dolls and stuff. So, normal childhood thing. Great. Now I'm doing it. And it's just out of the blue. It used to come out from just one place. And it was my alcove in my room. I had an alcove. And that's where it would come from.
What did that look like, the alcove?
The alcove looks, I can't really describe it. It was slanted, the slanted roofs.
Okay, so like here, slanted roof.
It's like a cave.
Was there like a window and almost like a...
No, there was no window there. Okay. There was actually no window there. I had a window here near my bed. And then it went into a big alcove. And it was slanted roof. And and that was it. There was no lights in
Just a
there.
little separate area.
Yeah, it's just a little separate area off the. I have cats, so
over there.
they'll be all right.
Some kittens running around.
That's
you
right.
need a kitten? Let us know. We'll mail you one.
No, they're $3,000 to mail. I swear to God. But I was gonna do it. But yeah, it was just in this small alcove, no light, no anything. Even like during the day, it would come out from that place. That was, the only place.
It seemed like a central area.
There. Yes.
So why do you think that was? Do you
I don't
think
know.
something occurred there, or do you think it was just because it was its own separate area?
I don't know. All right. So my mom said that our house, they bought the house from a witch, a man and his son, a witch and a fortune teller, she said. And
We're witches, so that's, not
there's a lot of us in here that are
putting down the witch word.
No, not at all. But my mom said he died in the house and his son took over what he was doing. And when she went outside to do gardening and things, she would like dig up. Like I remember one day it was a train with a crystal together. Like they went all out and like buried stuff in the backyard, everywhere in the backyard. We had like 4 acres of land. So yeah, it was just weird. I'm like, Mom, put that down. And then at the time, I don't know what I'm saying, but it just the energy felt weird when I was a kid and she would dig that up. So I don't know. I don't know I don't think that was the man who died in the house.
Carol says, dark shadows seem to always hide in dark areas, inside and outside. And this is one of the other things that people say about shadow people that are trying to materialize and don't have enough energy.
Right.
I don't know how to prove these things out.
We're trying to figure something out with an experiment.
But there do seem to be a lot of people that associate them with negative
and something really well about that when you clear the negativity.
And let's see. We'll go through a few of these. Broke a lot of ribs and had a concussion.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's certainly.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that anymore. I sound old. That's wow.
Okay. Yeah.
I brought that up.
Yeah, you did. Goodness. Good Lord.
Good Lord. He says when I say those things, he says I sound old.
Because I'm so mean.
I didn't say you were mean, you silly.
Anne says, when you clear the negativity and change the atmosphere, they seem to leave. Well, that is the hope. That you can cleanse an area, clean a house, do a house blessing, things of this nature. Anybody out there listening now, have you had experience with that? Have you had your house cleansed? Did it make a difference? Going back to Josh, he says it was at my limit. It was in my home and hiding by the fireplace and got Zach confrontational and didn't like it. No, but it sounds horrible. And says, see them in pictures inside bars a lot. Right.
Yes, that's a thing.
Emotional intensity.
Yes.
A lot of drama.
We've talked with Lynn Monet, and she had said that as well. She had said, alcohol definitely plays a role in this. And yes, I've seen documentaries and shows about that, about how they're attached to the bar. They don't leave. Then a lot of them are just
their next drink or something. Yeah. And I think that is fascinating. She's one of the few people I think we've had on that talks about that correlation between addiction and the lifetime and addiction later. Now, a lot of people say, you are the same person essentially when you cross over, but you would almost think like you would lose those kind of traits. Like that wouldn't be necessary. Like, why would they want to drink when they can't pick it up and drink it?
Right. I've seen people leave. Well, we do it too. I've seen people for offerings. We've done rum, whiskey.
Oh, sure. Wine, anything.
But in those documentaries, I've seen people leave shots and stuff for an offering.
Our own
as well share, in the bar,
being out.
Okay, good. Anne's coming to get the two black kittens I have. Love you, girl. Thank you.
Yes.
I call them Binks 1 and Binks 2. If anybody knows where that's from, please let me know.
We're having a fire sale on kittens.
Yeah,
So.
they're free.
Well, you can't beat that.
Right? Well, you got to get them fixed and shots and stuff. So
I'll throw you $5 if you take one. I'll
what
put
is
that
it?
out there. I'll throw somebody $5. They want a cat.
Oh, so you're going to pay them?
I'm going to pay them to take the cats.
You're cute. So they're 11 weeks old. I don't ask me if they're a boy or a girl. I think one's each of one. Yeah. Joshua felt hands. Oh.
Kind of says, they always feel creepy to me. I don't like their energy. I think one pushed me off of my basement stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Again, the pushing off the stairs and the physical violence. I mean,
why?
Of all, I think, in this group of folks, had some kind of spirit communications, but the physical aspect of it is, to me, should be really rare, but yet here we are talking about those experiences, right?
Yeah. Omnipresent said some really good things there.
We're working through the list.
Trying.
I've seen shadows that seem to evolve in negativity that are human-made. They show up as snakes, flat, fluttering platforms, and sometimes people shapes. And in my experience, they become platforms for other more negative things to come in. Heidi's explanation is a great one. Yeah. So that's interesting. A sort of stepping stone, way, or I guess looking for words here tonight, guys. Sorry, it's been a really busy day. We've been
rushed, and we're always rushing, but
not rushed. But my gosh, it was a lot to get done in a day.
Yep.
So
sorry,
a little frazzled. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
It's a great conversation, though. I mean,
well, that's what
we have a great audience.
It's open discussion, right? And I love this. Joshua says, mine was American Indian, a male.
The shadow, Josh, are you saying? Or this is another
he was
spirit?
Talking about the spirit that pushed him. So how were you able to identify that?
Yeah.
And we're just curious. And I'll tell you a quick ghost story from my parents, right? My father, when I was small, we moved not far from where I live now into a house, and my parents would see the same
Native American
Indian, indigenous person walking by every day, and he wore a
brown
corduroy suit. Yes, babe. He wore a brown corduroy suit, like a suit blazer kind of thing, with the pants and some kind of shirt. And they'd see this guy every day. They asked the neighbors, who is that person? And nobody else saw them, was the long and short of it. And one night, my father woke up and saw the same figure hovering next to him over my mother, and immediately grabbed a knife, because this was what my dad did then, and it stabbed through the figure, almost stabbing my mother. The figure vanished. It was never seen again. But what is really interesting is that he felt the corduroy against his hand as he stabbed it. Now, that sounds like a corny kind of ghost story, but it's a true one. They both told these same haunted stories from just this house. And I had my own experiences going on in there too that were just like crazy and off the wall. So there was something to it, but some of the things that they would hear fairly regularly were like footsteps and babies crying in the basement.
That's creepy
footsteps
as hell.
Coming up. Again, that baby cry. That's why I always point out to you about when you hear a neighbor's baby crying and it sounds, like it's down the street or something, or outside my house now, which isn't far from there. They are debunkable things, but hearing it in your own basement certainly was a little bit disturbing. I don't think we should be blaming all our hauntings on the indigenous people of the Americas by any stretch, but they certainly did have a rough time here with the introduction of the white man. I'm sorry, what are you looking for?
Joshua Dixon, the answer to that, how did he know? It was Native American. The shadow.
Oh, because he could make him out enough, and because he always had the same suit on,
no,
even and
Joshua's shadow person.
oh,
how did he know it was a Native American? I'm looking for the comment now. Sorry, guys, being in a
Lynn
different
says,
place.
Yeah, don't make me get out my broom.
Yeah, when we talk about witches.
Josh, this is weird for me too, because when I buried my Ouija board, it did the opposite of what I wanted.
Whoa.
So were you trying to get rid of the haunted object by burying it? Was there a special way? Did you bury it at a crossroads? Did you just bury it in your backyard? Have to catch up with the comments here.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm just coming up. Yeah.
Joshua, that's how I felt after being pushed over the side of the basement stairs. Interesting.
What are they?
Interesting. There's a physicality to it.
So much energy. You have to have so much energy.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot.
You know, manifesting.
You know, I don't know what it's like on their side, but it seems like a lot to get them to do anything. Like, you know,
why do they push us downstairs?
Or, you know, we could put a ball out here on the table and ask and politely ask them to move it. And, you know, the chances of that happening, you know, are rare. Lynn says when they cross over, they're able to get assistance with the addiction. However, it's the souls that choose not to cross over. Right. So we're talking about earthbound spirits, but are the ones that are lingering in the bars hanging out to get a whiff of people's drinks.
And she was saying the other night as well, people smoking, it's an addiction. A whiff of, and that makes sense, you know, I guess. And
yeah, that it would carry on, but there's no real need. I mean, the physical isn't the same. But I don't know. I don't know how long these things carry on for. You know, you and I were talking about that video earlier that we watched this week about some people not make the consciousness not making these choices like in the way you think. It's like you don't really choose to like a certain, say, you know, brand of music if you're into metal or whatever. It's almost like that choice was already made, like, or you liked it prior to maybe this lifetime, or you just like certain styles, foods, things. Like it's not really a conscious decision to say, okay, I'm gonna like chicken nuggets now or whatnot. You know, you either like it or you don't. Let's see. And
there's a lot of comments.
Just suffering through here. Oh yeah, Barbara. Thank you again, Barbara. Thanks for joining us and enjoy your holidays.
You had to go rap and do things. We understand that.
Joshua said, 2 shaman told me, but I already knew. Thank God he's gone. Yeah, getting rid of anything, I think, is just not as easy as like, let me just throw some, you know, holy water or
sage at it.
Sacred oil over here, and it's gone.
There.
You have your intentions as, you know, as part of that, but
that's another thing. Our intentions, our energies, putting out thought forms, everything.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. I would put out thought forms. I think the intention has more to do with it than the substance, if you will. And if you don't mind, because this room is separate from the rest of the house,
it's fine.
I'm gonna like this.
Told you it was unprofessional. Don't sage until it's gone.
I'm saging. I'm saging with tobacco. I'm making an offering.
That's the thing people don't understand. You need to get them out of your house. I'm not in the frame here. Out of your house. And a lot of people don't understand that. They'll stay in your house if you start salting and doing whatever, you know, they do to get them out. They'll be stuck there in your house still. So pay attention to what you're doing. Because, yeah, we don't want that. And I've heard that from so many people. I'm like, oh, my God.
I think we'll fix it. It's like you want to make sure they're gone before you put
exactly.
up a barrier.
That's what Anna's saying.
May keep them in.
Yeah.
Right? We were talking about that last week,
mm-hmm.
and it's a very good point. I mean, at least logically, that's how these things seem to work, right? Logically, if you haven't fully gotten rid of it and you put up a wall around it, I guess it's not going anywhere.
Baby cries, that's different. Something they use for harm. Going through the comments. Dead air, don't want that. Yeah. You're right.
Lynn says they can push, pull, hair, leave bruises, bite marks, claw marks. In the haunted house that I never moved into, people experienced all of these. Right. People do experience these things. One little talking point on that, again, I'm going to go back to the threes. Like, there seems to be a belief out there that if it's in threes, that means it's, quote unquote, the D word. It's 3 scratches, going across you as opposed to 1 or 2. But personally, I don't think it makes a difference. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, Kristen?
I don't know. I'm lost when it comes to this, because I've been trying to understand this my entire life. And now that we have like a platform and I'm now into this, thank you very much. Different, people's opinions, and people have the same thing happen. That's why I'm so grateful to be in this chat. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
But some people will say, like,
I don't know.
If it's 3 marks going down, then it's absolutely the mark of the devil.
Just like 666 or something. No, I don't believe
know if that's true. I think any kind of scratches from the afterlife coming across to you, it would be disturbing anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And like we were saying, you got to have a lot of freaking energy to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the 3 thing. I actually thought you were talking about the hat man again in the shadows. I'm sorry.
Joshua says when I say I was pushed, it was extremely violent.
Yes,
and it sounds terrifying.
That's what happened to me as well. Carol, was it extremely violent to you too? Not only just the feeling, but were they, just, and why? That I keep asking that question. Don't understand.
What's the incentive
exactly
for them to do it? Greg, hey,
hi, Greg.
Crazy day. Yeah,
we crazy understand. Day here too. Oh boy,
we weren't going to do a show tonight, and we just said, let's try it out. If anything, just to say happy holidays to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ian's right. Greg's right. That's right.
Jess says, I've partaken a few drinks and smokes, but it wasn't drunk at all. Right.
We understand that.
Don't sage until it's gone.
That's what made me say that, yeah. I've known so many people are like, I can't clear my house. I tried. Well, because you're doing it
one of them.
the wrong way. Well, that was bad, and we couldn't figure that one out. That's not because we kept it in. That's we tried to release it, and it wouldn't go.
Right. That one, and we've talked a lot about that on the show, and I think most of these folks have heard that story, was really about the obsession and the thought, meaning us thinking about it was what brought it closer to us. It took us completely putting it out of our minds to actually lose that attachment, if you will.
It was bad. It had a lot of energy. It was crazy. It was very negative. It was awful. Oh my God. Carol. So hers was very violent as well.
Greg says you have to give them an exit.
Right.
Yeah. Way out.
Get the F out.
GTFO.
Get out.
But it's not as easy as just saying it. It's just a place to start, right?
Yeah. So omnipresent.
AKA Lynn.
Lynn Monet. She has a good. She said, so if it's demonic, don't you sage it? Just pisses it off. And yes, we agree.
We've heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It depends on your intentions of what you're doing.
I'm not really committed either way on that one. Personally, I think it's more about the intentions, but some people do say that. They say the sage will literally aggravate the entity you're trying to get rid of.
Right.
But if you don't use sage, what do you use in place of it? Or do you burn anything at all?
Right.
Maybe you want to take a different approach. There you go. Greg says 3 scratches for the Trinity.
Yes.
He knows what I'm talking about. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, and people look at it that way. Like it's just the definitive thing, but I guess that depends on your belief system, right? Or maybe the belief system of the entity.
That's another thing as well. The belief system of this entity doesn't have a belief system.
Right. How does it speak Latin?
Should not.
Right.
Prussian
and says, I don't care what it is. If it scratches me, I'm going far, far away.
Yeah.
I think that's good advice, but
it is.
It's troubling at home, I suppose, if you have that in your house. How about rituals to leave things in place? Say you go to a haunted location and you know there was activity and you want to be rid of it when you're gone. You don't want it to follow you home. What steps do you guys take when you encounter those things? I know Kristen and I have our own little shtick going on. I mean, we do tell it can't come. We do our own little ritualized things. For me,
different.
It's a lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. That's something I like. It's a calling of archangels and energy, and it puts up a barrier, at least in my mind, between me and them. Can't tell you it's worked 100% of the time, but I think it's helpful. What do you do, Kristen?
I call my guardian ancestors, guardian angels, and guardian spirits around me, form a light, and just ask them to help, make them leave. Don't come home. Don't do anything,
You don't have to go home, but
you can't
stay here, right?
Yeah. And Chris says that a lot. You say that a lot when we leave.
Yeah, I do.
You do. Cemeteries and haunted places. He does. Okay, it's funny. But yeah. There's a lot of chat here.
Says we had a female spirit on the second floor of my house that began by getting into bed and then was holding down and choking my daughter. That's terrifying.
Oh my God, she's another one too.
So is this the current house you live in, Carol? And what finally got rid of it?
How did you get rid of it?
Joshua says, thank God I've never encountered a demon, but it kind of did. Right, and it's like, who's to say what is what, except the energy may feel different.
The dreaded D word.
I think in our experience, we had an entity that was definitely not human that was haunting us for a time, and I brought that up earlier to say, is it a demon? Well, yeah, it may well have been, or maybe we can just put another label on it. It did not feel human. It did not feel like the ghosts and sort of the disincarnate that we've come across other times.
Hello, Nathaniel.
Lynn says, so if it's demonic, don't use sage, it just pisses it off, right?
Right.
And certainly heard about cases like this. I personally haven't had an experience like that where the sage actually aggravated the spirit, but your belief in that sage, I think, has a lot to do with it.
Your intentions.
If you wholeheartedly believe it will get rid of it, I think you're going to put off more energy to, put it away, if you will. Count says, yeah, it's very violent. I ended up in the middle of a basement floor. It took 2 weeks for the pain to go away.
Oh my God.
That sounds
this is terrifying. That one's going
to sell. How long ago was that, Carol? And is it definitely gone? Lynn says, sorry, I didn't word that comment very well. And he said, if it's demonic, do not use sage. It'll do nothing but tickle and piss it off. And again, I've heard other people say this, and I'm not saying it's not right. I don't know. Is it the sage in particular? Is it the same thing as saying a prayer? Say they don't, or do really have a religious background of their own. Will this aggravate them if they are, don't believe in God at all? Will it just annoy them? And says, open the windows and doors.
Yes, get them out. We do that. I start, from the back Go all the way to the front. See ya.
And
We
it's something
cleanse.
people
Chinese cleansing.
do when
Yeah.
people pass too. Occasionally, they'll open a window, right, to let the soul out.
That's right. That's very true. Well,
Josh says, I didn't know. I was told he was protective of the land and had something to do with the Ouija. I'll definitely in the future have to do a show with you.
Oh,
love
absolutely.
You love you back, brother.
Yes.
And yeah, I would love to talk about that anytime.
Had to do with the land, you said, and the Ouija board. So you buried the Ouija board in your backyard and it didn't work out well. We need to know that story, please. Yes.
This is Dragon's blood in a fire pot. Yeah, I like the fire pot. Now
Yes.
I've seen some video of this, and you working with the fire pot. I believe that's what that was, and it is quite a thing.
We like that.
In fact, it's one of the things I know we've done a lot of talking together, and I wanted to bring up with you exactly what's going on with that. And she'll literally have like a pot of fire going through a house, and the flames are
badass.
Burning up. Yeah, it is. It looks
Skippy.
cool as hell. If I was a demon, I'd get the hell out of there.
Do that one.
Get there. Lost the mouse here.
Sorry.
That's all right. Fire sucks it into the pot. Interesting. So do you think that they're drawn to the fire, or is it something that can be explained with physics?
Science. I love science.
Josh likes the patchouli oil.
Oh my God, my doctor.
Yeah, we're fond of the patchouli.
Yes.
Maybe takes me back to my Grateful Dead days. Not that I toured with the Dead or anything, but I used to attend shows.
Hey, Hi, David. Thank you for joining us.
How are you? Carol goes on to say, I actually flipped over the side of the stairs, then landed on the floor in the middle of the room.
God.
And says, we are all haunted. Now, we so agree with that.
Yes, we had a conversation just before we came on about this.
And it's a good talking point. So let's throw that out.
We had a lot
places, I know there's a lot to go through. The place is haunted or people, or is it some kind of combination thereof? What do you guys think? I think we agree that there's some sort of combination there. I think there are spirits around us all the time that probably go with us from place to place, yet places certainly hold their own set of spirits. There's Nathaniel. Yes. All right. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I am behind on the chat.
Sorry. I have a box in there for the cats to go, and I always give them my Diet Coke boxes, and they're playing in the box. Sorry for the noise.
What's going on, brother? We are your Rhode Island family and look forward to getting together again soon. Anne says, open windows and clean with lemon and rosemary. Blare the radio and dance while clearing the negativity with dance and loud noise.
Damn Skippy girl. That's why we love each other so much. I do the same thing, but the dance different. Yes.
From an energy perspective.
Yes.
The kind of mode you get in when you're doing a dance. And, that's where we get into things like the muse.
Yes.
The muse and the inspiration of the dance.
It's this higher vibration.
It's letting things through.
Yeah, it's a definitely higher vibration. I believe in frequency. I love it. Mashed together, and your intentions go higher. You vibe higher. Absolutely. And she sent me a meme one day, and I thought it was funny as hell. Something about blaring rock music, metal music, and saging. Mm-hmm. It was cute. Yeah, it's on my page. She sent it out. Thank you. She said, I thought of you. That's what we do.
Carol says, I am still currently still living in the house where these things happen. So did a cleansing, and it seems to have worked.
Right.
If we can pry you for a little bit of detail, think what was involved with the cleansing? Did you bring in people from the outside or do it yourself? And what kind of, more or less, did you do? I'm interesting because that's always an interesting thing. I've seen lots of approaches to cleansings. I've seen people work on teams as cleansings, like a group of people.
That might work.
To try to achieve it. And,
when you think about
sometimes the results are good, sometimes they're mixed.
when you think about that, it's like going to church, and everybody is there, and they're singing and praying. So it's good. I find it to be. I know I do stuff by myself, so do you, but we do stuff together. But when you have like this huge like bout of people, I think that works even better because it's more energy given and more
inclination. The logic would be that it would be stronger, right? More people involved.
Absolutely.
Concentrating their focus on that.
Definitely believe that.
Let's see. Joshua says, I call that twilight being.
That's interesting.
Some agreement with Anne with the dragon's blood, and I just love the smell of dragon's blood, especially in its pure resin. If you get the resin of it, where it's the sap and it's looks like a rock basically, and putting that on a charcoal igniter and burning it, it smells wonderful.
Joshua's looking forward.
2023. Oh my gosh, Lord. 2023. And thank you.
Yes, we're looking forward to it too, Josh. And Carol, my goodness.
The house I grew up in is very haunted. I saw what I think would be called imps. Suicide happened there along with many other things. When you say imps, I wonder if it was elemental maybe in nature. We've seen a small figure. Yeah.
Where?
In my property.
Yes.
And yeah,
I call him the little man. He's an elemental.
The living room. I've seen him in meditations. Seems to be there.
Right. That's right.
But it's not negative in any way.
No, it's kind of cute. He's looking for something. That's all I can think of. When I saw it, I was like, he's looking for something. It's the feeling. I don't know.
Greg says, if I ever run into something I feel is over the edge, I would call in someone like Nathaniel.
Right.
A great person to call in.
Demonologist.
Very knowledgeable.
Yes.
I think one of the cooler things we talk about is that how these things, we don't pigeonhole them as demons, and they may be of, we might say ET or extraterrestrial origin. It may be interdimensional. It may be just something that is just not human. I like the term non-human entity.
Yeah.
It's hard to exactly nail down what something is if you can't fully understand it. I've actually lost that comment. I'll bring it back. The oxygen fuels the fire, and the entity is sucked in with the oxygen. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that is more the physics side that I mentioned earlier.
Yes, the same.
When you said that, Lynn.
We have a toy story. The toy outside your house. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Somebody threw out a toy last year.
Oh my God.
Like a I don't know, for like a toddler. It's kind of like
it's a
thing.
Box with a handle.
And that thing talked for like, I don't know, 3 weeks while I was
Somebody threw it out on the sidewalk, and honest to God, it wouldn't do anything until we walked out there. His house is like Paranormal Highway, I call it. And it would talk when we were out there. We'd leave, it wouldn't talk anymore because we could, hear it through the windows and stuff. It was creepy as shit. Right?
Oh, definitely. It seemed like anytime we go outside for one of those cigarettes there I was smoking,
yes,
the thing would kick up. And I go, it's just out of the blue. And as the batteries had worn out of it, it just sounded so disturbing.
I think they just threw it out there because it was really haunted. I really do.
I don't know if it was haunted or not, but it sure looked creepy.
It was haunted.
Hey, Donna Lynn, how you doing? From Toronto, Canada. And have yourself a Merry Christmas. Yes, enjoy your holidays as well.
Merry Christmas.
See, Howard Petrie.
Hi.
Hey, Chris and Kristen. We're live. Maybe we can join up. I'd love to. I'm not sure how to
do that.
Though with the StreamYard, how we can link them. But I'm definitely open to anything. Any ideas you might have, I can send you a link from ours or vice versa. Let's see, but I suspect, we can only probably be on one at a time.
Yes.
Yeah, as an elemental. Yeah. That's
Carol, is that what you feel that it was when you say imp? That's what we're doing, open line, so we gotta go here.
Yeah, exactly. Carol
Give
says,
me the
use
mouse.
Palo Santo
Love
throughout
it.
the house. Yeah, I favor that over the
I
sage
love
too.
that
We
too.
kind of
Yeah.
like it. I don't know if it's just because I like the smell better. As
I
far as
feel it has better
effectiveness,
energy.
again, I guess we got to go back to those intentions. Throughout the house, but put a bowl of water under my daughter's bed, crosses on the windows, and salt. Prayers also. What
Wonderful.
was here was not leaving.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the
It's stuck in the
salt.
house.
We were just having a discussion with Lynn about the salt recently, right? And the use of black salt,
Yes.
which I find interesting.
I like
And
black
it's
salt.
such a long history with salt. It goes to folklore, throwing salt over your shoulder for luck.
Oh yeah, the pinch of salt.
That sort of that sort of thing, as well as using them around your windows and maybe your property lines. Greg says, with the doll, there wasn't a red balloon around, was there? Oh yeah, well yeah.
Oh, that's creepy as hell. That's the only thing that creeped me out about that movie.
Right. Yeah, definitely spooky. Carol says, the imps or whatever they were negative to me. I think it was something that came into that house that caused the person to commit suicide.
Come on.
That's just frightening,
Oh, Carol, we're going to have you on.
That's a scary story.
Yeah.
That somebody could be driven to madness, but it's a story you hear. You look Amityville Horror, ever you may want to think of the paranormal aspect of it. But what we definitely do know is that, a guy got up and killed his entire family.
That's so bad.
The large gauge gun. Somehow nobody seemed to be trying to escape as he worked through the house.
They were all sleeping.
But you wouldn't be, if
you heard it. Yeah.
If you shot somebody in the next room, you would know.
Big shotgun. Yeah.
It was a weird caliber. I don't think it was an outright shotgun. It was an odd but loud rifle.
I don't know about guns. But yeah, that's oof. In fact, we were talking about that in the Shadow People with the Hot Man. That 2 people in there said that they were so negative that they had actually people were dying around them, like in the houses and stuff where they lived, and committing suicide, and they said it was tied to that, to the Shadow People, and these people their family didn't even believe in this Hat Man Shadow People thing entity, and but still it made them commit suicide.
Yeah,
that's tied to it.
The
I'm
idea
like, wow,
of attachments and possession.
That's scary. Shit.
Yeah, is it a real thing? I think so.
Yeah.
I had a brush with the possession thing I've talked about.
Yeah.
To retell that whole story, but yeah, the influence. I cannot imagine feeling like that.
No,
and the way I felt was at the time very violent, like this idea of just wanting to randomly hurt people. It went on for 10 or 20 minutes, whatever it was. It is really scary in retrospect. I can't imagine living like that 24/7.
No,
it makes me wonder what serial killers feel like if there's a connection to something like that. In my case, I think it was definitely related to some non-human entity, and it was fierce. And you cannot live with that kind of influence all the time and not do something really, really bad.
Right.
Very bad things, if you will.
Hi, Adriana. See, said your name right?
Adriana says,
I'm going to do this. Unprofessional, but I'm going to.
Oh, it's okay now? It's professional now?
No, I said it's unprofessional. Come on, man.
Let's see. I have been cleaning my house lately. I've been smelling death. I used the bleach and smudging. I think it relates to an investigation. I've been doing remote viewing. I'm just wondering when the validation will come. Palo Santo is burning also.
Well, that's interesting right there.
So, Adriana, what kind of activity you're experiencing that you feel you need to banish it? It sounds like a very targeted thing as opposed to like a general banishing. On the flip side of that, one of the things that can interfere with your spirit communications would be banishing. If you took them banish all the time, you're probably limiting the amount of spirits that you can talk to.
Yeah,
Now, I know you feel like when you do these sort of things, these cleansings, that you
I do.
I want to keep certain spirits around. So how do you think that works?
I literally ask them to please stay. You can stay if you'd like to.
Mm-hmm.
Just those entities. The other ones, the negative ones that I can feel, I go near them and I push them out. I do, like, like try to get them to go out,
So
and they seem to do that. They
you
seem to
think
leave.
it's in your intention? I mean, are you speaking this aloud? Is it that you're
Yes,
just
I
thinking
am.
about just for?
I'm thinking it and I'm speaking it out loud. I am screaming at them.
Hmm.
If it's really negative, I don't really run into that though.
No, things have been pretty chill.
Things are chill. Things are being thrown
lately.
and stuff. So we're good. We cleansed it really well. I like when I think I have 2 women here in this house, and I want them to stay. So
Right. You certainly wouldn't want to banish something that is positive. Maybe
there's their house too. Yeah.
a guiding spirit or something that's trying to help you. Right?
Yeah.
So be something to think about when you're banishing.
Okay. Yeah, I call them. How we doing?
Joshua says, "I'm the same, Kristen." Serena says, "I've seen murdered girls."
Oh my goodness.
And how they died. The last moments of feelings I had, the killer knocking on my window and laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I don't know how I would feel at that. Did you feel, I don't know if you can feel could you feel like the negativity when they were knocking on the window? Good Lord.
She goes on to say, I had a vision there would be another one. Donna says, enjoy your night. Be safe and warm. Have an amazing Christmas, everyone. Got to be ready for tomorrow. Weekend snowstorm coming this way. Yes.
We have
some pretty grim weather, but I think it's actually like super bad in certain areas.
Yeah. We have all the wind and
we're
stuff.
Getting wind and rain.
65 to 70 mile an hour gust. 20 to 35
mile an hour gusts. We're good.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's gonna be bad overnight. So, what's we got here
for the next 2 days? They said.
Well, speaking of all that, our own personal paranormal history comes from this home we're in right now, working together because, as a lot of you know, Kristen was turned off to the paranormal for a long time because of those childhood shadow people experiences. And we did a session finally that we did that work.
Yes.
And I did EVP session for 10 minutes and a spirit box session for 10 minutes. And it was chock full of data coming back, including our names, particularly Kristen's name, and other very relevant information, intelligent answers. All kind of started here in this house built in 1740, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's the
cats
open the lights. That
they
was
like wires.
Not paranormal.
And they're playing.
But we do have our spirit box here, and if you guys would want to do a short session, I think that's something we could do.
Yeah. Joshua says, going to be freezing my balls off this weekend. Sorry. Out of frame. So you want to try that, or does anybody like to try this? As we're talking to the audience, open lines,
Open lines, open discussion.
And I'm a force to be reckoned with. Give me the mouse. I'm doing this. Sorry. He's driving me nuts. He's not doing what I want. I'm a force to be reckoned with, as my sister commented on one of my posts.
I'll be right back.
All right. This is funny. Joshua. Greg, yes, absolutely. Okay. So you guys are into this. I know a lot of people don't like the noise on it. We have a noise gate, I believe. So when Chris comes back, we'll try a little bit in my house. It's been quiet here. So hi, Reginald Randall's in the house. Hi, Reggie. Reginald says, are you really asking that question? Want to try this? Yes, I am. Well, some people, like I said, are turned off by the noise. So we're going to try. We tried earlier and it was very quiet. And I was really surprised. I I favor the SB7. For some reason, I have some kind of energy attached to that. It works well for me. I really like it. So when Chris comes back, trying to professionally lift again, we will do that.
I think you mean the S box, right?
Yes, it is. Is it an SB7 or an S box? S box. Sorry. Okay. I'm running wild here.
You sure are.
Say hello to Reginald.
Yeah. All right. Reg is in the house. That's happening.
I did it all already.
So what are we doing? Do you want to do the session?
That's what we've been asking everybody, yes.
Ah, cool. SB7 is what I use. Reg says we have one as well. We've got one of those. I think it needs new batteries. That's this guy here. It's the SB7. And we like it. It's all right. Kristen favors the S box.
S box. Sorry, not SB7.
And we've
got
a recorder.
Test cam that we're going to do. Joshua
says, just don't conjure. Oh, love it. I was able to conjure a conversation with Aunt Mary 20 hours ago.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful.
And conjure is also a word for hoodoo. And practicing any kind of form of hoodoo is conjure. You could be a conjure man.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. We like that as well.
Oh, interesting.
It says on the phone with Bill. Bill says, hello. Well, hello, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
How you doing? Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
It's all good. All right.
All right.
So
you gotta just let us know the audio if it comes through.
I'm gonna do a kind of random pull on the tarot card.
Interesting.
And see if it has any relevance to our session we're about to do. This is a Queen of Pentacles. And a rather wealthy card, if you will.
What does that mean to you?
It means it's a wealthy card, if you will. Pentacles is money.
Okay.
And it tends to be a commodity. It doesn't have to be exclusively money.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Does it mean to you? What's your impression when you look at it?
I don't know, but you get the box on.
I do.
And we have to see if the audio goes through.
This is wicked fun.
I don't know. I see earth, like an earthbound.
All right, cool.
Test cam?
If we get anything earthy here, and hopefully this is coming through. Can you guys hear that? Do you want to lead up the question?
In a minute. I'm trying to get comments as well. You can do it.
Okay. Is there anyone at this residence, this land, this house, that considers it their own that can hear us and like to talk with us tonight?
I swear it said, hey there, Christopher and Chris.
We'd love to talk to you. if you're willing to be talked to, if you'd like to have a conversation. And there are certain spirits that we've talked to here before on many occasions. Who want to step forward for us and say hello?
What in the... Welcome. I don't know what that was. Something popped. They're here. That was weird. It like a bottle popped. It was like right in my ear. It's weird. The two women in my house. What are your names? What are your names? That was weird. It was Herb. What was that noise that you made?
Can you give me that box, babe?
Sure. This one?
Yep.
Who made the noise?
Josh says, I thought I heard Sarah. I'm just going to pause that for a moment while I connect the recorder. Original recorder's card is full, and I want to get to clearing that. So, interesting enough, it sounded like you guys might have heard something.
If Joshua said that somebody broke their neck. No, I don't think we've heard that before, but there is somebody stuck. Her name was not Sarah, it was Abigail, right?
Oh, maybe in this house?
Yes.
We've gotten quite a few names back, so yeah, very possible.
This is, yeah. I don't know the history to this house. I cannot wait to get it. So, but the two women, they usually don't tell me. I've been doing this for 3 years here, 4 years. I don't get names. Maybe they don't want to tell me. I don't mind. And Marie said she heard Steve. Man said neck. Okay. I'll go with that.
I'm going to get this working. Here we go. This is just a little older Zoom recorder. It's really like two recorders, a mic on the front, mic on the back. It's interesting. You can use this in the center of a room, that sort of thing. You may get some data in one mic and not another. In a woman's voice. Somebody broke their neck.
Oh my.
So why do I think we did have that conversation actually, like
I'm trying
maybe
to
2
think
years
about
ago
that. Yeah.
in the basement. Did we not get
Yes.
data that kind of supported that?
Yes, I've been sitting here
home.
thinking about that. We have heard that before.
I thought so.
It's weird. Cool. Well, it's not cool. I feel bad for them, but it's cool that we got that. All right, we'll go with that.
All right, so I'm going to set this up 2 ways. I'm going to have the box on one side and then leave this side open.
Okay, so somebody broke their neck in the house. What was their name?
Their blood.
It was Blood Deep. It was bloody.
All 3 of Pentacles covered.
Who broke their neck? Did you fall down the stairs?
Break it. Fall.
It's 3 times I've heard that.
D.
Were you in the entry? Who broke their neck? So it's a freak.
Maybe.
Who were you pushed down the stairs?
Let's stop it a couple of times there now. Joshua says he pushed me. I just heard that. Heard stop. Do you have a basement?
Yes.
Adriana asks, and yes, there is a basement here,
and we've gotten data. Yeah.
I think something may have happened in the basement. Yes.
Yeah, Abigail was run over, we heard, in the street. That's
yeah, we
what
had
it was.
a real interesting thing with that inside the basement. So.
Yes.
It's been a while, a couple of years. We want to hear your story. We appreciate you sharing with us.
Yes, thank you.
Did the event that you're talking about, did it happen in the basement? If so, can you say basement? In a hall, maybe? Like the entryway leading up the stairs? Blood. Was there a fire here? 6 says to call them forward. I'll go with that. Could you please step forward and tell us, how old were you when this happened? Do you remember? Yeah, I heard 5 and 6, which
I did too.
sounds.
And then I heard,
didn't sound
just
like
heard
we're
help.
talking to a child.
That's the second time I heard help.
Were you 56? Carol says she heard help as well.
It's around
Keep hearing here.
Yeah. What help do you need?
Josh heard 20 in there. I just heard 25.
You usually get 24.
24. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
There you go.
And it was the same voice.
It did sound like the same voice. You've heard our 24 recording.
Oh, that was
Play
awesome.
sometimes. It just repeats 24 3 or 4 times.
24.
Are you alone? Is there anybody there with you? I heard can't speak for them and then can't speak. So you're not alone? You sense that there's others around you?
Spirit.
Yep. Do you know them or are they strangers?
How many spirits are in with us right now in this room? What do you need help with? We'll try to help you.
It's something with the table. Can you tell me something about this card I'm looking at? Can you see the picture? Or number? Not 3. The woman. Yep, there's a woman on there. We appreciate you talking to us. Do you see a number on here? Can you see what that number is? I think you said it before.
7 again.
Do you see anything in the picture? Two what? What?
What?
What do you see 2 of? Do you mean the 2 of us?
I'd like to get back to you saying 7. 7 what? Seven. Who's 7?
Besides a character in Stranger Things.
That's 11.
Oh, 11. 7-Eleven.
Thank you, Reggie.
7 souls, Reggie says.
Okay.
7 again, Carol says.
So maybe they're talking about how many consciousnesses are here. 7 in the room. When I asked that.
Could be. I feel like we're missing some of it. Like there are things when we play this back we'll pick up after.
I'd like to get back to being in the house here.
You mean saying 7 of who? I don't know.
Were they 7? Who broke their neck? It's 7 again.
We appreciate you communicating with us and still trying to understand the 7. Can you tell me anything about this card that I just pulled down? What do you see? Not me, push me. I don't see anything relevant. Can you see anything on the card at all? Just so we know that you understand our questions and we're actually communicating.
Why do you keep saying 7?
Yeah, let's put that down.
No.
Good.
Joshua, you heard murder? Ooh. Who was killed? I swear they just said Paul. That would be relevant.
Is Paul your name or someone else's?
Neck. I keep hearing neck. I don't know if it's pareidolia or... Help me. And what do you need help with?
I need help with this hat.
Jeepers.
Dude, it's done everything backwards.
Pushed again.
There you go.
I need some help. Were you pushed down the stairs?
Reggie, you're at 11.
Need help again.
How can we help you?
We got Chris. We agree. That was my next question. Who pushed you? You did. Who pushed you? Who's he?
He.
Sorry.
That's all right. Carol asked. That was really interesting because it was all in the same voice.
Yeah, that's what we
four
like
different
about
words. But I have to play that back to get them right.
I heard that's right. Did you push her down the stairs? Help me. Help me. How can we help you? I've heard that already too, a couple of times. It was him. Who's him? Yeah.
Me.
They keep saying that.
Who said me?
Who's me?
Does this mean that you did it to yourself? Is that why you're stuck?
That's interesting. I heard in that low voice, help me. 7. Rabbit hole.
Always.
Help me.
Do you have a message for somebody? Adriana says maybe he is stuck in his guilt. That's what I'm wondering.
I'm not too sure about that anymore. I heard Steve as well. Did Steve push you? That's interesting. Help me.
Not him.
That's so interesting. So I think we've gotten that before.
Do you think you're stuck where you are and you can't leave?
Is someone or something keeping you here from leaving? Is that why you need help?
Carol says she heard Steve in her head.
I heard Steve on the box a few times. I heard the yes. Who's bothering you and keeping you here?
Can't go up. I just heard.
Help again.
You can go up. There is no judgment You can rise. There's family, friends waiting for you. Are you afraid of them? Don't stand up.
I heard it again. Don't stand. We heard that before. Don't stand.
Were you pushed and hurt yourself and couldn't stand up? Or feel like you can't stand up now? Are you trapped there?
Be free. How can we help you be free? That voice, it's the same voice. Very long sentences. Well, for them. So, you keep saying stand up. You keep saying up. Are you the one that got their neck broke? Are you the one that broke their neck? I heard that too.
If you can hear us, I want you to think of a brighter place, a better place, a place where all your family and friends that you had in this life are gathered. They're waiting for you. Think now about being with them and not stuck. They're there. Go up. Imagine being there now and let yourself be there. Let yourself go. They'll accept you. You can do it. They want you to join them. They're waiting.
Please move forward into the light.
You can go up. Yes, you. You can do it. It doesn't matter that you hurt yourself. No, it doesn't matter anymore. Don't be afraid. Just try.
Help me in a kid's voice. Are you 7 years old? It's creepy. Here we go. What is your name? I swear to God, just said I am 7 and help. Here we go.
Right? Imagine a wind, a force, nature beneath you, lifting you up. Even though your body, as you recognize it, wouldn't work the way you would think. Imagine it lifting you up toward your family, toward your friends, toward those who loved you in life. Rise.
Yes. Yes, I did. Well, this is different. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm awesome. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that's your honest statement.
Hurt.
There's so many more waiting for you to meet you, to experience that joy. You'll still be able to see your loved ones when you want.
Smoke. Yeah, that's what we're thinking too. We can release them. We just need to know who they are, and you can do this. We've done it already, so. But this is awesome. And thank you guys. Yeah. Who is keeping you here? said dad 3 times. So you're right. I can't wait to listen to this back. Back, yeah. Just heard it again. Yeah, it's not right for you to keep him here. Interesting, because I've heard Bill, I've heard William, so it's just heard William. All right. Okay. Thank you, Harry.
Do you feel any different since we started communicating with you? Do you see anything different? If you're free to go, you can do this. You gotta agree with Adriana. I think that's how this happens. They don't want to go. The reason for staying, or so they think.
Yeah, it's a lot of mommy, dad.
Look up, rise up. Elevate. They're waiting for you.
Ooh, collecting. Interesting.
Reggie says the Star family has entered.
They're coming to get you.
Coming to help.
Yep, coming to help you out.
I thought I just said Star.
I swear, yeah. Irene.
Get out of.
Yeah, I'll do too.
Now that we've talked some, can you tell us again, please? What's your name? What do you like to be called? Did she?
I heard that too.
Did you catch?
I heard Mom. Yeah. What? When you asked that?
I heard like broken. Like into like broken. But I didn't hear a name. Did you hear a name?
No, I heard boss as well when you first said that. Asked that.
Irene heard my name is David. Is your name David? Is this your house?
Box just sped up on its own.
It does that through EMF triggers and spikes, and it slowed down a few times and sped up, but that was more considerable.
Your mom's extremely upset.
You're still not sure what your name is. Can you tell us what you'd like us to call you when we speak to you?
Yeah. It's a very low voice, man's voice speaking.
Do you still need help standing up?
It sounded dominant. No. Please help me.
Imagine there's a rope above you, and you put your hands on a rope, and hand over hand, you pick yourself up. You begin to rise. Can you see it?
Oh, woman, please help me. Who's a dick? Or who's dick?
Wow. You get all kinds of information here. Good Lord. Breathe. Irene says she's shaking her finger at me. Now it sounds like "Help Me, Dick."
I swear to God, she said keep it away. I swear, you just said he's a dick. Do you live in this house? So you do live in this house? Oh my God, they really are saying dick. Is that your name or the name? I don't know if it's pareidolia. They said dick like 5 times. Is that the name?
Is that your name? Money?
Okay, who's the dick?
Money.
Money.
Dick money.
Oh. Is Dick's money buried in the house somewhere? It's gotta be pareidolia.
What'd you hear?
Dick.
I've heard dick several times.
Yes.
I will not leave, Irene says. Joshua says to Grandpa. So is Dick your name or someone's name?
Is Dick the one that puts you down the stairs? It's interesting.
Was Dick in the basement? As they're unassociated FU?
Yeah, now they're getting nasty. It happens.
Are you stuck here, Dick?
That would make sense because we've gotten stuff like that before.
heard that earlier, though.
I did too a couple of times. What can we do to help you?
Leave.
Well, we live here too, so we share. She just said leave.
What's the name of the street we're on? Do you know this road?
Do you know the number of your house? This house? It could have changed too. Could have changed. I mean, it's.
Do you know the name of the town that we're in right now? That we're talking together in?
Oh dear.
What?
Does this have to be plugged in?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I heard something kind of nasty in there. Grew up where? In what town did you grow up in? What city? In Bedford. There's a New Bedford, not far from here. Yeah, Aaron heard it too, Bedford. Are you from New Bedford? Do you still need help? Do you know what year it is right now? Can you tell us? What year is it? Yes, the year. What is the last year you remember? You're not coming through that clearly. Can you say that again? What is the last year you remember? You're in New Bedford again.
New Bedford, yeah. What's up with that?
Trying to get a year. Thank you.
My glasses aren't really good with them. Sorry.
Josh, you're at 50. It's beautiful.
Is it New Bedford or Bedford? Is that the town you grew up in?
Yeah. See if it's any different.
What do you need help with? How can we help you? Hi, Kimmy.
What is the last year that you remember?
Oh my God, switches to get me out of here. Slip the third time we forgot that. Keep your hand on the box. It's interesting. We can't help you if we don't know how. your question? How can I help you? What do you need help with? Can you repeat that, please?
Help you up. What's keeping you from getting up? Cold arm. Can't move. Same kind of thing we were getting before. What do you see around you right now? What's in front of you?
I heard that too. This is going on, but I think you should do something.
Yeah, I think you should too.
Yeah.
We're going to need to go. Is there a message you want to give us before we go? Maybe we can talk again at another time.
Just tomorrow.
That's right.
Did you say I love you?
Sorry, bitch, you know?
Everybody's saying bitch, not everybody, but people are hearing it.
Really?
Up there, yeah, before. Okay, we're gonna go. We thank you again so much for speaking with us. And we'll try to help you. how to figure it out the next time, probably tomorrow when we do this. Everybody says thank you, and we thank you so much. Good night for now. Set up again.
Yeah, I get really fast.
We were gonna go, and it sped up really, really fast. So.
Okay, we thank you again.
Thank you.
We'll play this back. Thank you. All right. Well, that was interesting. Yeah, seemed to be answers that were kind of a little all over the place, but some repeating things.
A lot of repeating things. So we'll figure it out. We'll squirrel it, rabbit hole it.
We want to thank you guys for sticking that out with us.
Thank you so much.
We just kind of winged the show tonight, and we really appreciate your time spent with us. It's always fun, always great evening, and happy holidays.
Yes, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and happy everything. He can stay. He'll go that way.
I was gonna bring him.
It's my cat Jack. Oh, were you? But yes, thank you for being here with us. We love you guys so much, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks. It actually went a lot longer than we thought. We were going to just
it was pretty cool. It was pretty wild. We'll figure out my house at some point. And as Carol said, don't forget to smile.
Merry Christmas. Merry Yule. Happy Hanukkah. Take care, guys.
Everything.
I don't know if we'll be doing a show, but you never know. We might pop on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Just say hi and see what's going on. And thanks again. And we love y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.